Welcome again, and this is episode 3 of City Skylines Dream City, Elaris City. I've searched on YouTube the name Elaris and I saw that it's not original, but in any case, I'll still use it because a proper noun can be used in naming some stuff. I don't know. Maybe there's no problem with using the name. And yeah, I'm gonna resume the simulation and let's watch how the city moves or looks like. Okay. First problem of the day is the water shortage. As you can see here, we have low water availability and low sewage treatment capacity. So what I'm gonna do is to increase the budget for water. Yep, that fixed it. And also for electricity, we are needing some more power. Okay. Now the first thing I'm gonna do, or after fixing those problems, is to place a park with trees here. The block that we reserved for that. As you can see in the overlay, some buildings turned green, but the others still remain in red. But we will fix that later. That means the entertainment is enough for the ones already in green. Yep. Okay, now I wanna do some education services. Like the elementary school, we have 162 students eligible for elementary education, and we're gonna place one now here. If we place this building, the elementary school, it's gonna be for a capacity of 300 students. So that's enough for the 163 that we need to educate. And I want to place it here. Why? Because once I upgrade it to a high capacity elementary school or replace it with that one, or rather I was wrong. I thought it was five cells deep or 5 zoning cells in depth, but it's still 4. So I was wrong. The one with the 5 cells deep is the high school. So I think I can just place it here. And then the high school we're gonna place somewhere here later. We have demand for commercial, so let's place some commercial zoning. And then we want to expand the road network or the road layout for the industrial. I'm gonna use this small industry road. And also, it would be good to upgrade these existing ones. So you see there, this turned red or orange because I activated the road anarchy mod. Now, let's do the industry roads. I'm not sure. I plan to place multiple inland water treatment plants here. So that's one. And then I'm not sure. I'm planning, like, how wide is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 cells wide. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. My counting is bad. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm just gonna use the anarchy. So this is 10. And then this is 20. So yeah, I'm gonna use that. Yeah, I don't know if it's exact, but we can just later on when we have the additional inland water treatment pipes, we can just adjust the road. And then here I want just straight roads and have it like that. Also make a curve here. That looks good. And then yeah, we can zone industrial now. Just gonna pause the simulation just to make sure we don't lose that demand for industrial. And then like here, maybe fill this. Then I'm gonna look for a small park, maybe one without the trees, because the pollution will just make them look ugly. Japanese garden. Yeah, this is okay. And then they also need water pipes. Okay, this is the first time we had a building that complained about being sick, so let's place our first medical clinic. Kind of want to place that there. And we have an abandoned building we're gonna demolish. Increase the budget for electricity. This will get fixed. And then we have fire. But thankfully our firefighters or the fire department are already on the area. Okay, now this residential building is complaining about the taxes being too high. Actually, if it's just one building that's doing that, I'm gonna keep the tax rate the same. But the reason why they're complaining is because it has low land value, the area. Yeah, but I'll keep it that way until maybe a few in-game months, or until there's more people that complain. Maybe if I place a park here, that'll increase the land value. Not sure. Still not doing it. For the fire, yeah, maybe because as far as the fire coverage, they're in a bad location. So what I'm gonna do is place a fire station there, or firehouse. And maybe that'll fix it. And then I'm gonna treat this next block as a small commercial area pocket, because I've placed a service building already there. And also, now that we have unlocked the paths, I'm gonna place some walkable paths there. Put paths. And since I have left a 2-cell wide gap here, what I'm gonna do is to place a road here and here. Maybe here too. Just so I can use the road guidelines, this blue circle and lines, to center our path. And also here. Okay, there are 3 buildings already complaining about taxes, so I'm not a very harsh leader, so I'm gonna give them what they want, because we can survive even with a bit lower taxes. Okay. So for us to really increase our income, we need to start building our industry areas, or the specialized industries, because these ones are the ones that will bring income or generate income for the government. The generic industry we placed here, they are just industry buildings for some private businessmen, so they don't generate income for the government in the city skylines game. So let me just place water pipes here to provide them service. And let us plan the industry area, the specialized industry area. That's good. A building has leveled up. Maybe I can try to raise the taxes again because a building has leveled up, they said. What it means when a building levels up is the land value increased. Oh, they're still complaining, so I'm gonna lower it back to 13%. Okay. Now I'm gonna plan the specialized industry area. And what I'm gonna do is to activate the natural resources overlay. When you activate the natural resources overlay, you will see which land area are rich in what type of natural resource. And upon checking here, we have a very large area of forest resources. But the problem is it's on top of the mineral or the ore resources. So I'm thinking we're gonna prioritize the ore resources on this part because we have some other forest resources on the other areas, though they are not clumped together, like they are spread over different areas. So we are gonna just make do of that. And then also I want to have some farming industry here. And then for the oil, I don't know if I want to build it on top of this mountain, if I'm gonna flatten that. Or maybe, yeah, I can just build the oil industry here at the bottom. Okay, so running into some problems already while I was thinking about the placement of the industries. They want electricity. Let's increase the budget. We're gonna reach 100% soon. In that case, we will have to build additional power plants. So since I have the purchase it mod, I can easily unlock this tiles. And I'm just gonna unlock until here. The other ones we're gonna do later. Okay. And then let me just zone some residential here. And I want to make this a bit of flattened so that we can easily build the roads. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna flatten it totally. So since I don't have the landscaping without limits mod activated, I'm having problems with too much soil. Okay, I think that's enough. I have somewhat a flattened area at the top. And what I'm gonna do is to lay one road there. Building is on fire. Let me just pause the simulation while I'm working here. I'm gonna do an illegal move when placing roads. Like, I wanted to try and make it parallel to this grid. So, place that there. Yep, and now I'm sure this one is parallel to this grid. And I'm just gonna demolish this again. And that will be our ore industry, the not so pretty ore industry road layout. Yeah, because we're following like how they carved the mountain. And also the path, the slopes that are not too harsh of a slope. And then what else? I want to make a highway exit here. And we haven't unlocked the interchanges yet, so I'll just make a temporary roundabout maybe. Or yeah, a simple one. Simple interchange. We'll use the medium industry road. Raise it by 10 meters. $620. $860. I'm using the cost of the road to determine the distance, like the number of cells. And then I'm just going to extend this. Okay, I think that's a good curve. Ah, I think it shouldn't go up to that direction. Just keep it here at the bottom of the mountain. And what I'm gonna do is like have a road that will connect that here. How am I gonna do it? So this one goes there. Okay, so I created a new highway exit really to the far to the west side of the highway, and then there's somewhat a long road. I don't know if it can be called an arterial road, but we are not doing road hierarchy here. We just want to connect the gravel road of the ore industry that's on top of the mountain to the highway exit. And then we can now connect it here maybe. Okay, that is connected. Although I'm gonna improve it because it doesn't look right. Let me do some curves. Okay, that's good enough for me. And then let's create the industry area. Wherein we paint it like this, cover all the ore resources. Land. And then let's place the main building, which is I need to reach the population of 1,800 before I unlock it. But we're 1,400 now, so we can wait. Okay, I'll wait for it. I'll just fix. I'm gonna go back to the main city and fix some problems there. They need water. water pipes. Then let's try to expand the residential grid. Zone some residential. And actually, we need to increase the water budget, water and sewage. And then for this next block, it's gonna end in a 2-lane road with median. Because I want to do a bridge here that is $620. Okay. Electricity is not sufficient. So let's bump this up to 100% for the budget. And their problem with electricity is now solved. Just connecting this grid layout. And let's zone some more commercial. And then I'll zone some more residential. And we also need to zone industrial. And the reason why I put this overpass here or bridge here is so I can connect the industry to the residential. And this is gonna be their alternate route instead of going back to the arterial. Okay, let's wait for the population to reach 1,800. And we are at 1,700 population count now. And let me place new roads for our industry area. And that is Boomtown. We've reached the next milestone. Let's see what we unlocked. We have unlocked another 2 km by 2 km tile, airport areas, transport, or industry specialization, and some other more. And we have the interchanges too. In the next episode, oh, there's fire here again. Yeah, please save the people there. Or save the building. But why? Instead of, or maybe they're gonna refill their water. Because I was gonna say, instead of fighting the fire on the other side of the road, they decided to go away first. Or to go back to their firehouse. Maybe they, yeah, these new trucks came to deal with this. Okay, so in the next episode, now that we have the road layout for the ore industry, we are next gonna place the main building here, and then the extractor buildings, the processing buildings, and the storage buildings for the ore industry. Yep, that's it. See you on the next episode.